Chapter 26. Yarborough. Tony Castaneda was once again Trap's Thursday partner. She was already in the north seat, smiling brightly as we approached. "Hi, Alton," she greeted me. I grunted. I was shuffling the cards when she suddenly asked, "So do you like your new car?" "How do you know about that?" I asked. "Trap had dinner at our house last night. That must have been scary when your car died in the middle of the highway." "It was no big deal," I said with a shrug. "Have I told you how many times my mother had tried to invite Uncle Lester to our house for dinner? Mrs. Mahoney always declined on his behalf. Recently she'd been using Theodora's special diet as an excuse, but Trap had been refusing my mother's dinner invitations long before Theodora started working there. Not that I blamed him. I wouldn't eat dinner at my house either if I didn't have to. Still, it bothered me that he went to the Castanedas. "I thought you were on some special diet," I said to my uncle. "We're vegetarians," said Tony. "Sophie's a terrific cook," said Trap. "She made a lentil and barley soup that was incredible, with just a hint of mint." The game got underway, and Tony screwed up on the very first hand. Tony passed, East opened one heart, and Trap said double. I set the red card with the big X on the table. I had seen Trap make that bid before. It didn't mean he expected to beat one heart. This was his hand. His bid is called a takeout double. He was telling Tony that he had a good hand, and the three other suits. He didn't know which suit to bid, so he was leaving it up to her. His bid basically said, bid something, anything, bid your longest suit. But what did Tony do? She passed. The final contract was one heart doubled. If this had been the week before, she probably would have lucked out and gotten the top board. But this week her luck had run out. If anything, her mistakes were magnified. The declarer made 2 over tricks for a score of 560 points. Tony screwed up big time. "My fault," Trap said when the hand was over. "I haven't taught you about takeout doubles." She should have known anyway, I thought. I did. As the game progressed, Tony continued to make mistakes. I almost felt sorry for her as she and Trap got one bad result after another. Almost. They finished with a 41% game. Afterward, he had made me get boards 6, 10, and 20, and went over the hands with her. "Take a look at your hand on board 20, he said. Tony removed her hands from the north slot and spread them on the table. "Yuck," she said. There was not a single face card in her hand. "You had a very rare hand," said Trap. "It's known as a Yarborough, a hand with no card higher than a 9. I looked again at the spread of cards. There wasn't even a 10. Trap said that before bridge was invented, there was a game called whist, played in England. They played for money, not master points, and people were always complaining about being dealt lousy cards. If somebody won, well, that was because of his superior skill. If he lost, it was bad luck. Ha! Trap went on to explain that the Earl of Yarborough got so sick and tired of all the griping that he offered a kind of insurance. He gave 1,000-to-1 odds. A whist player would give the Earl of Yarborough £1, and if that player was dealt a hand with no card higher than a 9, the Earl would pay him off £1,000. "Did he ever have to pay off?" I asked. My question startled him. He had been telling all this to Tony, and I think he'd forgotten I was even there. "Not very often," he said. "The Earl of Yarborough made a lot of money." "Yarborough," said Tony. "That was the name of your company, wasn't it?" "Yarborough Investment Group," said Trap. "We were able to find value in things that other people thought were worthless. And that, Tony, is how you should have approached your hand. When you pick up a hand that seems worthless, you should think, this is a rare hand. A Yarborough. 1 in 1,000. You should ask yourself, where is the hidden value? After all, even Alton would be able to win a trick with an ace or a king. It takes great focus and concentration to win a trick with a 6. He went on to explain how, if he had discarded diamonds and saved her clubs, she could have won the last trick with the 6 of clubs.